that it's made over the last couple of years. We talked about Challenge 2008, our goal to run 1,000 candidates this year. And
Well,
all right, Scott, you want to take it?
yeah, and in fact, I'd like Head Rock to introduce Ms. McKinney.
Yes.
This will be a double welcome, as you can see.
Come on, Josh. And the sister here gonna introduce her too.
Triple welcome.
Because you know we for the babies, right? Just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming and join me in welcoming the lovely, the fabulous, the honorable Sister Cynthia McKinney, running for President of the United States on the Green Party ticket. Sister.
And can we, all three of us, just stand here for just a moment, please? Come, Brett.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you come on the other side? So we make a nice sandwich, a nice Cynthia sandwich. Great, thank you. I'd like to, who was in the room, so why don't you let me know who you are?
With David and Ashley. I'm Scott. We're here at Cox.
Who is David and Ashley? Oh, okay, great.
We're a team.
Okay, and this wonderful gentleman?
Getty Images.
You know what? You guys are too expensive.
Well.
Jocelyn, DCTV? Yes, and?
Joe Azar with the Rock Creek Free Press.
Oh, yes.
Benjamin and I work here.
Okay, fantastic.
Smith, DC Statehood Green.
DC Statehood Greens. Okay, fantastic. Then basically what you've heard about the ballot access challenges with the Green Party. And what I would say is that I have been trying to make new friends. And these are friends who have decided that there is life outside of the two-party paradigm. And as I have stepped outside of the two-party paradigm, I can say quite unequivocally that there is life outside of the two-party paradigm. And what are some of the issues that have brought people to the decision and the conclusion that voters need to have choice? I can relate a story of one supporter in Washington State who went into the grocery store, and there he found 8 different brands of Oreo cookies. And he said, my goodness, there's 8 different brands of Oreo cookies, but I am supposed to restrict my presidential and electoral choices to just 2. And I said, gee, I kind of agree with you, and I think that there are a whole lot of people who would agree with that assessment. We are here with the American Friends, and so I would just like to say that thanks to the American Friends Service Committee, we now know from a posting of theirs on YouTube that we spend every day in Iraq $720 million. But what could we do with $720 million? In one day, we could hire 12,478 elementary school teachers. We could build 84 new elementary schools. We could provide homes for 6,482 people. We could provide full 4-year scholarships to 34,904 students. We could provide an additional 95,364 Head Start slots. We could provide 423,529 children with health care. We could provide over 1 million free school lunches, and we could equip 1.2 million homes with renewable energy. For one day that we spend in Iraq. Now, these are political decisions. And so if our elected representatives choose this kind of spending over issues that I found that animate and innervate the members of the Green Party, like their 10 key values for social justice, for ecological wisdom, for peace, for community-based economics, respect for diversity, and a future focus, then clearly voters do deserve choice. At a time when the New Hampshire recount is demonstrating to us that the electronic voting machines have a fallibility rate now in New Hampshire in the recount of about 20%. That is not acceptable. If we have life expectancy and infant mortality rates that are worse than those of Europe, the UK, and Canada, which are maligned for having, quote, socialized medicine, we cannot accept that. We cannot accept 48 million people uninsured and how many more million underinsured. We cannot accept that. We need a single payer healthcare system that covers everyone in this country. We have to stand for election integrity. How is it that in November, when millions of Americans go to the polls and cast their votes, that we will not be assured that the announced victor is the victor at all? How can it be that in some precincts in New York State that Barack Obama got 0 votes? It is not credible. But those were the initial reports that were tallied and reported and probably would have been sustained throughout the system, as were the miscounts that were in the evident from the New Hampshire recount. But thank goodness there was a recount requested, and so we were able to discern what is there. $700 billion for a Pentagon that it readily admits that it has lost $2.3 trillion. $700 billion is too much. $720 million a day for war is too much. And a recent study from Canada shows that it is possible for Canadians to do their entire space heating needs 100% solar. Now, our Speaker of the House took impeachment off the table, but I believe nuclear power should have been taken off the table. And if Canada can provide 100% of its space heating needs with solar energy, so can we. So we have the need to provide voters with choice. And that's why it's so important that Brent has discussed the recruitment goal of 1,000 candidates across this country who will provide choice to voters.